quickly or how long it takes for Chris to realize that that I'm live. Chris is mean. He won't join me. I was gonna do something fun. Both me and you will do it. How about that? We'll just make him jealous. I'm gonna murder somebody today, doo-dah, doo-dah. No, Chris, I said, please. He goes, do I have to? I typed out sigh, not if you don't want to. He goes, gosh damn it. Of course, he said the other thing. This man typed out a sigh, inviteth me. I have my ways of convincing Chris to join. You should stream this too, Paul, and trust. Although you've got to use OBS. I mean, that one that you were using to stream. Hello, buddy. My dog is sniffing me. Get out. I love you. Now get out. Nah, Chris hates me. 100%. That's just Chris's MO. Let me hate on everybody. Pulled my dog's. Chris is like, man, I give up. What's wrong, Chris? No, Chris, you're not allowed to drive out of bounds. I'm being completely realistic when I say, and I quote, join the crowd of the many people who do hate me. I do care. Come here. Don't make me come over there. I might have to drive all the way over there and kick Chris's ass. The best part is nobody knows where I'm at. No, I've said it multiple times, and What do you mean he's what? I missed. I fired too quickly. Colin, you can't climb there. No, like, I get the feeling, at least, I know I'd lose some of the newer people, but I get the feeling if... Chris's head popped off! I get the feeling if I were to announce, like, tomorrow that I had, like, a terminal illness and that I had like a limited time, but I was going through all the treatment, I can almost guarantee you a lot of the newer people would leave. I don't know if Chris would leave, but I think a lot of the newer people would. I'd have to kill Chris in order to get him. I'd have to kill Chris in order to get him out from under my ass. No, Kale, I don't have a terminal illness. Why do I hear rockets? All I hear are rockets being spammed. What's going on over there? Wait a minute, I know what he's using! Paulin, where'd you go? I don't care what you bring out as long as it's not high tier. I love pretending to hit my dog because he'll like jump up and try and stop me. But at the same time, I probably shouldn't do that because yeah, Viking, hold on. Buddy here has went through a lot of crap in his life. when he was a small pup. His once upon an owner, or yeah, his owners. All right, get down. Would beat him with a broom and stuff. So now he's terminally afraid of brooms. Chris, if I see one more those are close. Chris, if you're not going to charge me, what are we doing here? That's it, I'm charging him. I just gotta hope that I can get off the rocks. Ah! Smoothest landing ever. I get the feeling my Sherman doesn't have enough power for this. Hang on, what if we did some what if scenarios? Like, what do you guys say to, like, Britain versus, like, or not Britain, but Germany versus, like, Britain and, poor Viking. Like, Britain and America and Russia versus Germany and Japan. I smell a fox. Hi, fox. No, don't. Bad. No. Put it away. Stop it! Oh. Well, that was unexpected. What? No. Oh, not that thing. Alright, hold on. I gotta invite more people. Well, I don't like not inviting people. And I'm not gonna add like a buttload of people. Most of these people that I'm inviting are pretty chill. Hi there. Bye now. Poor Gale. Gale just got Shermaned. Ow, God. Alright, who wants to do the Germany versus everybody else thing? Or Germany and Japan versus everybody else thing? And by everybody else... Alright, let me go find a different map. So everybody leave right fast, and then we'll split up into teams. I'm gonna bring out my early stuff first, though. Alright, so if you're gonna do Germany, let me get a decently sized map first, though. I do want us to do like a really decently sized map if we're going to do this. All right, here we go. Fields of Poland. That could never go wrong, am I right, guys? All right, so Germany obviously is going to be the cross, and then if you're Russia, Britain, or America, you're the star. Shake and bake. You gotta remind me what your warthunder name is before I can really invite you. Shaking the bacon. But I also have to make sure that you've been here more than once, which your name does look familiar. Yeah, you've been here quite a few times, actually. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, he's been in like 4 different streets. Damn. Hold on. What is your name again? Be right back. Oh, is that... Wait, hold on. What's your, I need to know what your warthunder name is. Oh, God. I hate yawning. I blame it on Chris. He made me yawn. Damn it. Chris? What did he say at the end? Chris? Also, we're, I don't think I have you. No, we're not doing that. That never ends well. Okay, well, how many, which be right back are you? Dear Lord, there's like 30 of them. Oy, oy, oy. The one without the numbers. Okay, there's 2 of those. The be right back and then be right back. I'm just gonna go with that one. Alright, cool. I get the feeling we're gonna get murdered, Pollen. As I'm bringing out, like, lower tier tank stuff. But I shall conquer all with my lovely presentation of this German power in which I shall demonstrate. I don't know what the hell I just said, so don't ask. Pollen, you traitor! Chris and a Tiger 2 feels very wrong. Ugh. No, we're gonna kind of do our best in a, to just fight in the trees and stuff. Like, I don't really want us going into the town, considering that's where the point is. If the point wasn't there, we'd use it, but with it being there, we're not going to. We're just gonna blame Chris and move on. Chris, you really shouldn't smoke. It's not good for you. Yeah, for me. Considering what I'm in. But funny enough, I am leading the tip of the spear, so, you know, if I get up here before they do, then I can quote-unquote scout things for them. Because technically I am a scout tank. I think Chris wants me to be a sacrifice. Why would I be a sacrifice? I'm not a danger to, like, any of them. Guys, look, I'm a train. Toot toot. And already Kale is dead. And then Johnny's dead, dear Lord. Call it Dead by Daylight. Oh, Pollen! Where are you? Owie! Hey, I'm not a tiger. Do I look like a tiger to you? Do I look like a tiger to you? Stop it. Ow! You said you were going after the tiger, you liar! Chris, he lied to me. Kill him. He said he was going after the tiger, and then, I could kill me, though, yeah, you could kill yourself. It's not recommended. Well, technically, he's in the T-20. The T-20 is technically a World War II tank because it's like the experimental Pershing. Yeah. I mean, if we're really going to go for it, though, the T-20 and the T-25 are experimental Pershings. And then the M26 would be the Pershing. Which all of those would have been used against the Tiger, but I don't know about what now? What tank? The stabilizer one? All of the T-34-85s would have seen combat, yes. Except for the stabilizer one. The stabilizer one was more of a prototype, but, you know, it's a warthunder, so why not? I don't give a shit, if I'm being honest. Chris, did I scare him? Chris, did I scare him? Do you think I scared him? I'll go get him. There's only one thing I wish that War Thunder would add that I think would be really cool. Like, whenever your tank got murdered, it would make your barrel just slump down. Because that is something that would happen a lot of times. A lot of times the guns were too heavy for the gun breaches. So needless to say, a lot of times you would see that happening. Oh, that's a... No. Who is that? I don't know who that is. Whap! Take that! I'm aggressive, Panzer IV! Or Panzer... No! I'm a Panzer III with a 37! Oh my god, Pollen! I watched you die! I'm scarred for life! I'm scarred for life! I watched you get murdered! I'm just playing around, pew pew, and then I just watch you implode! Chris, why? Why did you make the little one watch that? I feel like Chris would 100% be the type of serial killer that would murder cereal. Why am I the distraction? Like, everybody stops to kill me and then detonates. Also, I'm actually really excited for the next update because they're adding a new American tank that's supposed to be like the Chaffee, but it's also supposed to be like the Sherman. So I'm really excited for it. Also, I am the Panzer Elite, all to compete, never retreat, Ghost Division. I heard something to my left. I knew I heard something. Whap! 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 Where'd he go? He's in the trees, like the Vietnamese. Whap! Whap! I can't do anything to you. Whap! I'm just tickling you. Whap! Whap! Oh my, like everybody's shooting at you. Whap! Go away, tank! Whap! Whap! I can't do anything to you! Whap! Whap! I have 110 more rounds. I will use every single one of them on you if I have to. Whap! I can't do anything to a T-34. Help me! No! Die! Just die! Why won't you die? Also, textures are really messing up right now. I don't know what's going on. Oh, yeah, I killed you! Totally me that did that, right, Pollen? I think that was Kale. I think it was Kale. I'm now charging the enemy spawn. I will defeat them all on my own. I don't need no tiger. I am deadly tank. Whap! I can't do anything to anybody. Whap! Viking, why? Why? Vikings being a bully. I have a 47mm gun now. I'm gonna get them. I love how the whole time I was beating Pollen up, I was just whap! 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 Wasn't doing anything, but I was trying so hard. No, sucks your grammar. Come on, Viking, if you're gonna pretend to be Yoda, do it right. Much to learn you still have. Tired of you I am. Gonna kill you I am. Blow you up I will. I have new house I have. Bought it off Craigslist. I did. Huge fucking hole in the floor. They told me, it had. They told me not, or they did not. Something like that. Can't remember how it was. It was a funny fucking video. Anyway, I'm gonna kill somebody. I'm gonna put a hole in somebody. Johnny, you bring out 1990s tanks, and that's where your time on the Axis power ends. Or the Allied powers, you get detonated. There seems to be less trees now. Why did Johnny join this team? He needs to be on the other team. Pollen. 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 Where'd you go? Why you leave? What? I'd prefer not, considering the fact that then it's just gonna, like, Germany has so many good tanks that it would feel unfair if Russia teamed up with them. So I mean, maybe one day we'll do like Germany and Russia versus everybody else, but not today. I don't, you know. Where'd Kale go? Now Kale's joined the enemy team. How many people are gonna join the enemy team? I am Panzer III. I am the almighty beast, and if I see another fucking B-29 or T-29, I'm fucking kicking somebody. That is not a fucking World War II tank. I said Pershing, and that means the first Pershing, not the second, not the third, not the fucking T-30. The Pershing. Somebody kill the M22 that's beside Chris. This is why I don't like inviting random fucking people. Because he looked at me and then immediately pulled the fucking trigger. If we're gonna sweat to death, then we're just gonna leave and go create a new one and not invite you. Bad M22! And the vet, I just kept driving. Oh, Pollen. Come here, I just want to give you a little tickle. Okay, I'm done. I'm creating another custom. Viking, Pollen, Chris, Kale, and Johnny. Be ready. And since we're doing a new custom, we can do the thing you were talking about. If we're gonna sweat to death, we're just not gonna have that kind of stuff in here. So if I allowed Russia to be on either or team because Paulin did kind of make a really cool thing, and he made the comment about before Russia joined the Allies. So if you want to play Russia, it's kind of one of those flexible nations that can play on either or side. So, you know. But that doesn't mean I want every freaking person grabbing Russia. And oh my god! Everybody immediately went to the Axis side. Come on, work with me here. Do none of the rest of you have like anything other than Russia? Chris, put the fox away. This is still World War II based. Hello, A10. Chris, every time you grab the British tech tree, you grab the bloody fox. Do not tell me that you don't have the fox. Viking, to put it short as to what we're doing, we're just doing the same thing we were doing. It's just that we changed maps, and I didn't invite one person because, you know, they were sweating to death. And I think they needed to get some water. Chris, would you mind literally maybe, I don't know if you can clip anything, but I specifically remember having a conversation with Paulin saying that we were doing World War II stuff. You were literally here from the fucking start. I'm not gonna argue about it. Yeah, sure, Johnny. Be the last tiger. Might I ask why your last tiger has a desert camo exactly? Instead of the classic gray. I think the gray looks really good on tigers, actually. A10, like, there's not really a set battle rating because of how flipped up the BR stuff is. It's just World War II stuff. So, anything from, like, World War II is great. Hell, I'm even allowing the Centurion to be used, because technically it was designed during World War II. It has a World War II gun, so I mean, why is there an AS? Never mind. I regret my decisions. Never mind, I don't regret them as much anymore. Paula, no! Same thing, A10. World War II planes, nothing more. I'm sorry, who brought the tractor to the battlefield? What's that? That I can't kill. That I can't kill. That's gonna be a problem! I can't kill him. Whap! Oh, I got him! I got Kale! I single-handedly murdered all the people. It was all me, the lone martyr. Why do I sound British? Also, Johnny died very quickly. I am the Panzer Elite, all to compete the Panzer Division. They do not expect me. I didn't murder anybody. I shot somebody fairly. Also, okay, A10's in German stuff, I was about to say. I didn't do anything. I'm alive! Now, see, they can't kill me because they can't see me. Kale, that's not World War II, bud. Put it away. Kale, you need to look up your World War II stuff, because that's not World War II. Aha! I got his track! He can't move! Whap! I can't do anything to that turret, I don't think. I don't think he likes me. He keeps shooting at you for some reason. There we go. That's better. Alright, I'm gonna go after him. Yeah, that's why I said, like, it's why I told A10, you know, it's really hard to do everything based on BR, because a lot of that stuff is like just done. Come here, Chris! Oh God! My turret! Alright, I gotta switch loadouts. Hold on. I'll be right back. That was all I had for that loadout that I hadn't used yet. Now I gotta bring out my Panzer IIIs. I actually, like, oddly enough, the Panzer IIIs are really entertaining to use. No, Johnny, we're not trying to make it to where you can bring out whatever the hell you want. Where's my Panzer III loadout? There it is. Literally the only tank I'm allowing is the stock M26. And the only reason I'm allowing that is because of the fact that it did actually see service. Even though it wasn't that much service, it was still service. Speaking of service, hi! Say hello to my foot. I was about to say 40 mil. This is a 50 mil. I love the fact that, like, before they found out that the Panzer IVs could mount long barrel 75s, the Panzer III was considered the tank killer of the German army. I'm aware that the M47 was used as a Tiger II in the Battle of the Bulge movie, but that doesn't mean that we're going to allow it here. We're not recreating the horrible reenactment of the Battle of the Bulge with tanks, with those particular tanks. Although it would be nice to reenact the Battle of the Bulge sometime, I don't foresee it happening anytime soon. Because we'd need a shit ton of people, and we just don't have it. Are the British firing at me again? Hey, Paul, and the British are trying to seem intimidating by firing their machine guns again. Wait a minute, that's new. Oh God, why is there a Panther? Ouch! Butt smoke. Please help me. Please help me. They're shooting at me. Why would you push me sideways? No! All my friends are dead! They're all dead! Where'd Viking go? I don't think I want to move, because there's a Centurion and a Panther waiting on me to move. I somehow made it out of there alive. I'm down to 3 dudes, and all 3 of them have watched way too much shit happen to them recently. You know, I thought I'd be the Panzer Elite all to compete and all that good stuff in the Panzer Division, but nah, that didn't work out. They brought out the sophisticated tanks. I love the fact that Chris is actually using the British, and then Kale is using the French. Like, I don't think they're... Well, no, I'm wrong. There were a few instances where they did work together. Where did you get shot from? I don't want to find out anymore. Wait, he's reloading. Now's my chance. Oh. I was too slow. Now, see, every time they kill me, I just upgrade my tank. So, I mean, you know. Johnny, you have to change to their team if you're going to play the Americans. I love the fact that A10 is being our air support right now. It's very helpful. Also, hello, Nova. Why did you say something about a Centurion being behind you? Probably not wise for me to go this way, but I'm going to try it anyway just to see how well it works. Because they've got both roads locked down, I'm pretty sure. Okay, maybe it was just one road they have locked down. Oh no, it's a Centurion! No! You wouldn't shoot a Panzer III with And then, of course, instead of Johnny bringing out Shermans, he immediately brings out the Pershing. Chris, I can't get fucking close enough to kill you anyway, so I don't know why you're talking about I'd rather die to a Panzer III. Well, he's dead. What the hell? Oh shit! I regret my decision. Regret my decision. Aha! Johnny, I said nothing about me being mad about you being in the M26. I just said that you brought it out before you brought out any Sherman. I hate that I can't pin that. And my reload's faster. There we go, that's more like it. Yeah, just keep driving for me, thank you. Yeah, there we go. And then we'll just keep letting you. Oh shit! Why am I bouncing? I'm a Panzer III, for God's sakes! Why am I bouncing in M26's rounds? Twice! Point blank range! Look, I know this thing is armored, but I don't think it's gonna stop a 90 mil from going straight through. If I sneak up on Chris. What? Oh, Chris! There. Yes. I don't like what's coming up behind me. It just becomes Ring Around the Rosie. No, what track? I feel better now. Oh, dang it. Oh. Oh my god, he got KV2'd. Oh my god. That was worth dying for, just to watch him die to that. I'm genuinely curious where Viking went. Like, he was playing and now he's just gone. Now, if I'm being honest, though, the Panzer III is one of my favorite tanks, especially the M variant. They put so much work into armoring this thing up. And it honestly, it does really well. I'm being strafed? What? Somebody's in an airplane. They don't want me to grab my entire anti-air lineup that I have. They won't like me if I do. Also, Paula, do you think my laugh was too evil? I want to know who the hell that is in that airplane, because whoever it is starting to piss me off. Never mind, I know exactly who the fuck it is. Watch it, he's gonna hit you next, probably. I didn't take anything. I'm trying to find the one that's shooting you. Where's he at? Where? Oh, I see him. And he detonated me immediately. I think I might have took his track or something else happened. I don't know. I couldn't tell because of the immediate detonation that I had to go through. Also, why in the hell was Johnny in a B-17? I get the feeling we're going to end up having to make the rule that, like, there can only be one plane at a time for now. I don't want to make that rule, but I don't want everybody grabbing airplanes either. Chris, don't you dare do this to me. No. No. You have to stay. At least for another hour. I don't know what the hell that enemy team's gonna do. If, Fine, Chris. Good night. No, we are not allowing the mouse because nothing we're bringing out can kill a mouse. Did Kale just leave too? Is like every fucking body just fucking getting off? If so, I might just go back to fucking grinding helicopters or something. If you want to join. M22, the rules are pretty simple. We're doing Germany and Russia versus all the allied nations. But, you know what? Since everybody's leaving, I'm just going to go grind some helicopters. What you want to do, Pollen? You want to do... Or do you want to just do... air? I'm really not in the mood for ground. If I were more in the mood for it, I wouldn't care. But I'm so tired of playing ground right now. It ain't even funny. I need to get my freaking Russian heli upgraded at least a little bit, but I really don't want to try and use this fucking helicopter, but I ain't got a choice. We'll do this. Whack. I got this stupid first the MI4 is a pain in the ass to use. I might just bring out this one and see what kind of shit I can do with it, because it doesn't have near as much stuff that you got to do with it. And I'm researching an MI8 with it. Let me see if I can grab it instead, because I need to honestly try and get at least one part for every helicopter. And I've gotten 2 helicopters for America, so it just doesn't feel fair. not using the German one first, so we'll just do that. The only thing is I gotta remember how to use the ATGMs on the damn thing. Oh, great is this map. I love this map. And by love, I mean I'd rather have my guts ripped out than to have to play this damn map. At least we got into a match pretty fast. Alright, off I go. Bye. I actually kind of like these little helicopters, though. I mean, they're cute. And it's actually not that loud. Like, on the interior, this thing doesn't have any sound to it at all. Hey, it's got little machine guns. Look. Pew, 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 pew. They're probably, yep, they're German machine guns, so yeah. You realize I'm probably never going to make it over there, right? Because it takes me 30 damn years just to... You gotta be kidding me. They would have the combat being all the hell the way over there. James, that's not how this works. And I don't have a moderator to freaking help explain it. You have to watch 2 streams, participate in the streams, and then on your second stream, you're allowed to join in customs and all that good hoopla. I kind of got the hang of how to fire with these, though. So I mean, it's not that bad of a... I need to make you a moderator. Probably not tonight, A10, because I'm gonna try and get this damn thing spaded or try to do something with it. Hang on. It would be nice if I had a camera for the ATGM. So that I could follow the camera on the ATGM instead of having to hope and pray it hits where I need it to. Yep, that works. Alright, so let's see. Add as moderator, and then pin. There we go. It's okay. I'm assuming Ashley. I don't know if you're a guy or a girl, but that's another rule I need to go on ahead and cover, considering your name. We have a strict rule here that if you are not 18 or older and a female, you're not allowed to really participate in anything, and it is because of a unfortunate past in which I was taken advantage of by several people and made to look like somebody I'm not, and I don't deal with that. I'm gonna try this and see how well it works. I don't know how well it's going to work, but I'm going to try. I don't know what the range is on my A2GMs either, so... Yeah, my A2GM just crapped out. Like, I don't even see it anymore. Yeah, it crapped out on me. I'm sorry, but the idea of just beta testing a game just... I don't know. It's not a job I would want, because then you have to report like every bug that you find, and that's just not something I think I could do. I like just playing games too much to beta test shit. Oh, come on! I think they should probably beta test the hell out of fucking warthunder at some point. Okay, yeah, I'm convinced that my A2GMs hate me. Come on. Okay, I'm getting out of here. They're shooting at me. I regret my decision. Please go. Please move. Move. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the idea of them adding infantry into War Thunder, so that's not something I want to test. I think infantry should stay a enlisted thing, not a enlisted should 100% stay more of a enlisted thing, not a War Thunder thing. Paulin, you have rockets on yours, right? Okay. There's honestly more people, I think, Ashley, that you realize. I don't think you realize how many people would actually 100% much rather hold on, I gotta get my helicopter to hover right. Holy shit. Okay, hold on. Let this thing level out right fast. There we go. Alright, here we go. I prefer, if I'm being honest, I definitely 100% prefer the tank stuff. I'm more into tank stuff. Alright, cool. I think I got one more. Yeah, okay. Alright, anti-tank gun right there. Alright, well, I'll just hover here. Like, I'm more of a tank, plane, ship, and train guy than I am all that other stuff. So for me, it's definitely, just, it's more fun to play all this than it is to try and play infantry. I tried playing enlisted, and the way they have it set up is so goofy and everything. Hell, I even tried a new game that somebody recommended, and for the most part it was fun, it was enjoyable, but it's just not anything I would want to play, and that was Easy Red 2. I tried it and I couldn't get into it no matter how hard I tried. Are you kidding me? I ran out of ammo. I've heard a lot of people say the same thing about Arma 3. Arma 3 is really good. Arma 3 is that. Arma 3 is this. I don't know. I've never touched the damn game. I mean, if I could find a game, and I've touched Squad 44, I've played a lot of games like that, but like none of them have ever really been anything that's really that interesting to me. And I think it's more of a, like, I really don't know how to say it. Like, for me, I'm not a big first-person shooter. I'm not a big first-person shooter type gamer. Like, Fortnite, I can't stand. Call of Duty, I used to play it, and while I enjoyed, driving the cars, and, I was always the one that liked doing the maps and stuff with the bots that you could kill. That was always my thing. But people started cheating. They started using cheat codes. And then you'd always have those players that are trying way too damn hard, and they're killing you instead of just killing the bots and exfilling. All those different people like that. And it just kind of ruined not really Call of Duty, but like Warzone and stuff like that for me. But, like, that's always kind of been me, I guess. I'm just not one of those people that like having to deal with that kind of stuff. I mean, War Thunder has its fair share of cheaters and sweats and all of that stuff, but for the most part, it's mostly chill. Like, for every match that I run into, like a tryhard or a sweaty person or something like that, I'll have like 4 other matches that are, either me just making mistakes or doing really good or something like that. Whereas when you played a game like Warzone or Call of Duty multiplayer or anything like that, every match you ran into the same kind of people. And I know there's content creators out there, and thank God for them. I think the game would become very, very boring if it were not for them. But they get all these different communities together, and they'll go into matches and they'll hey, do this, and I'll give you this. Is Russia worth investing RP? It depends on how far you want to go with them. I've only made it to 8.0, and I can tell you from experience, like 7.7 is a pain in the ass to try and mess with. I tried to grind it so that I could get to 8.0, and it was a pain in the ass. And I know this is going to make me sound like a German main, but I mean, before I go there, I did use Russia to get to Israel, which is the very first nation I got to 8.0. Matter of fact, once I got Russia to the point where I could get Israel, I stopped playing every other nation and just played Israel for a long, long time. And then I started trying to get every other nation higher than what I had them, and now here I am stuck in China at 7.7 trying to get them spaded out and finished. China 7.7 is about like Russia 7.7. It's a pain in the rear. No, I didn't leave. That's fine. I mean, I get it. It's a risky game trying to do this. Wow, this thing doesn't do anything with these, the base, dear lord. It would take me like 30 of these damn things to do anything. I hit that tower. I want to hit the tower. There we go. And just make the sound effects, you know. Alright, let's go for the commander hut. There we go. I feel better now. Now I'm going to machine gun it. I'm not going to do anything to this, but I'm going to try. How do I tell Ashley that I've already grinded out all the way to 8-0? Well, 7-3 in Japan. I've already done that. Why do you think I'm in China? I started in America and I've made it all the way through. And I'm getting every nation to 8-0 at the moment. So... the amount of people that I hear say don't play Japan, I feel like it's a lot more to do with the inability to figure out how you're supposed to play Japanese tanks rather than it is the inability to genuinely play said tanks. Japanese tanks for me, from like, I want to say like 3-0 down to like 5-7-ish, were some of the most fun and enjoyable tanks to play. You didn't have a crazy amount of armor and you had to learn from that. But what you did have was really a really decent gun. And then you get into like I think it's like 6.7 or 6.3, I think, is when you get the STA-1. And you get that tank, and that 90 mil, I'll tell you, I love that 90 mil. To me, it feels like a lot of people, they just really don't know how to play Japanese tanks. So they tell people, oh, don't play it, the tanks suck. And it's like, I had no problems with the tanks. The tanks I had problems with were the HE slingers, the artillery pieces, the HEGM launchers. Those were the vehicles I had issues with. See, I don't play planes enough to know all that stuff. I've been so stuck in German air trying to get their fighters and stuff finished that I haven't really touched, like, I've gotten America to its early jets. I've got them to like 8.3. Germany, I have like a 6.0 jet for them, but nothing more than that. I'm trying to think of all I got. Russia, I got a jet, but it's a very crappy one, and I still have some props I'm trying to get. Britain, I didn't get very far in, and neither did I with any of the other nations. I was gonna, at one point, Golden Eagle my way through a lot of them, but I decided against it because, you know. Yes. If it was one that I wanted, M7 Priest all the way. I've wanted that tank since I started playing the game, and they still have yet to add the damn thing. Yeah, I've played every nation when it comes to tanks, and the one nation that always seems to be a pain in my rear end is the Americans. Like, they're great up until like 6.7, and then after that it's like their tanks get horrible. Like, I'm not a big Sherman fan. Anybody that's been watching me for a long time knows I'm not a Sherman fan whatsoever. I hate Shermans because of the person that they're named after. They're great tanks, I just don't like them because of who they're named after. But, the Shermans are named after General Sherman of the Union Army. He and his men were tasked during the American Civil War to go and burn fields and take supplies. His men proceeded to burn fields, take supplies, burn houses, and rape women. He was nothing but a land pirate, he and his men, and I have no respect for him. And I never will. I had to wait for my helicopter to work. Alright, I'm gonna go land right fast. But yeah, I absolutely adore the M3 Lee, obviously because of who it's named after, and of course I like the M3 Grant because of who it's named after. But you know, a lot of people seem to think that I hate the Sherman because of the fact yeah, well, that's bullshit. His men raped and plundered like fucking pirates. All through the South. He should have been charged for war crimes, but never was. I'm not a big fan of Sherman at all. But I like Grant. Matter of fact, hell, I love Grant because Grant was exactly like Robert E. Lee was. He didn't want to see any more men. He didn't want to see any more men dying, no more than M3 Lee, than Robert E. Lee wanted to. And funny enough, Robert E. Lee and Grant were best friends at one point before the Civil War happened. And I don't give a shit what kind of excuse you come up with, but Sherman should have been charged for every piece of war crime that he ever committed, and he should have been put on trial for them, because his orders were go and destroy infrastructure and take supplies for the Union Army. He allowed his men to rape women and kill women. Somebody made the excuse at one point, he shot them afterwards. He let them do it in the first place. Of course, that person that said that was supposedly supposed to be a friend, and it's one of the perfect examples of the person I mentioned earlier that stabbed me in the back. Of course, she was older than I was, but she was Italian, and she thought just because she was older and in the military, she knew what the hell she was talking about. And she talked about how Italian generals helped out in the Civil War on the Union side, yet there's no fucking record whatsoever to support what she said. But yet there's a record that shows that the British sent over a representative to watch the Civil War on the Confederacy side, but there's no documentation saying that any Italian general ever was in the army on the Union side, that I know of at least. So because of the fact that I called her out on it and shit, she got very upset and called me a racist bastard, or a racist redneck was her choice of words. And I then proceeded to block her on Discord, and she's no longer able to come into here and say anything either. So I got rid of a problem before it escalated any further. Because if you didn't agree with her opinion on politics, she liked to threaten to stop talking to you, and she did it to me like 2 or 3 different times. And after the second time, I got fed up with it, and I told her to fuck off. Women are manipulative anymore. The bad thing is they didn't used to be like that. I'm not one of those people that's going to say, oh, I want to go back into the old days where women shut the hell up. But I would like to go back into the days where women actually respected a man instead of degraded him every chance she got. But, you know, that's another story that I don't feel like getting into. But yeah, I mean, you know. And, you know, a little... probably not A10. Probably not tonight. A little fun fact for you guys, since we're talking about the Civil War. From what I understand, Robert E. Lee did not own slaves. Yeah, exactly. So there's at least a record of it, but they did not participate. So again, there you go. But Robert E. Lee, who fought for the Confederate States of America, CSA, did not own slaves. His father owned slaves, but when his father died and he inherited the plantation, his father had it in his will to free every single one of the slaves that he owned. And if I remember correctly, Robert E. Lee did just that. He freed every single one of those slaves. Ulysses S. Grant, for the Union Army, though, owned slaves. See, a lot of people like to twist the Civil War and say it was all about slavery. But if that were true, everybody that owned slaves would have fought for the Confederacy, and everybody who didn't would have fought for the Union. And that was not the case. What people seem to not realize is being part of the Union or the Confederacy was not based upon anything. It was just based upon whose letter you got first. Because at one point it was like, you know how they had the draft in World War II? It was kind of the same thing back then. You got a letter from the Union or the Confederacy, and then you just went to one of those two people that you got it from first, and you had basically been drafted. That was it. You know, there was no, oh, no, I don't want to fight for you. It was, you know, okay, I got to go fight for these people. I don't know. Yeah, I can talk about history all day, and I have no problem talking about it. History is one of those things that I actually really enjoy talking about. It's just I like talking about some of those points in history that people get uncomfortable about. I mean, this year was America's 250th birthday, and a lot of Democratic African American people were talking about that they didn't support it because America was founded under a slave-based thing. And apparently they didn't fucking understand that during the time that America did gain its independence, slavery was a natural thing everywhere. Britain at the time still owned slaves. France, like everybody owned slaves during, I think France, I know Britain owned them. Like every nation that I know of owned slaves of some sort during the American Revolution and when America gained independence. So it always gets me how people use. All right, have fun, A10. It always gets me how that's always the excuse that they use. Oh, well, you know, America was founded under belief that slavery was okay. Because at the time it was. But the Constitution doesn't say that everybody has a right to own slaves, does it? That's what pisses me off, is they try to shift the narrative to fit their little agenda. Well, that's Mexico. You're missing the point, though. Mexico does own slaves. It's just in a different fucking way. Because if you really look at, like, the Mexican government, the way that they treat their people is no different from treating a slave. July 1776 was when America gained independence. Okay? Again, I will say, when America was founded, everybody owned slaves. And you just helped prove my point. 1824, 1848, 1823 were all after America gained independence. America happened to be the last country to abolish slavery, yes, but during the time that America gained independence, everybody owned fucking slaves. I'm currently just trying to get up here, and I don't think I'm going to make it. This damn thing's too slow. Hell, I'm leaving. Fuck it. I got some useful actions out of that damn thing. But, yeah, it gets me how everybody talks shit about, like, America owning slaves when they gained independence, and it's like, you do realize that, like, everybody owned slaves during that time, right? Like that, I think that's the one thing that always bothers me a little bit, is how everybody tries to shift everything to fit their narrative. But, I mean, can you really shift something to fit your narrative when, you know, that's going on? And to me, the answer is no, you can't. Not really. Okay, I'm trying to figure out what I need to take out, what I don't. I'm not going to do naval tonight, I don't think. I'd like to do naval tonight, but that's what I need. Portland. I'm gonna actually end it here because I have played quite a bit tonight, and I'd like to, you know, get off, rest a little bit. But I do enjoy. I do enjoy these conversations. It's nice to be able to talk to somebody and not scream at them about how, you know, oh, you're wrong, you're this, you're that. But, you know, having a regular conversation is always nice. So, I hope everybody has a lovely day. And remember, or a lovely day, night, whatever it may be for you. And remember, you mess with the wolf, you get the fangs. Y'all have a good one.